There we go. Okay, so we're live there. Let me check on the Rumble side, and I want to get all the chats popped out too, so bear with me here. We're having some technical difficulties tonight because the streaming software was just not cooperating. So it's kind of one of those things. View channel. There we go. And I'm waiting on Mike because Mike's having some technical issues too. So we have like kind of multiple technical problems. let's put it that way. Okay, is that my popped out chat or what? Oh my god. No. Close that. Okay. Gotta leave that. Oh my god. This is being a huge pill today. Sorry, everybody. We will have a show at some point this millennia, I promise. It's just going to be a thing. Oh my god. Okay. And I might be having issues with the main chat because I did some work on that the other day. So everything's we're having all the problems because I can't do anything the same way the same time. That just does not fly. Not in this household. Oh my god, why? Why are we doing... why? Why is it selected that one? Why? That's not the one I chose. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. This is a nightmare and a half. Okay. Why? That's not the one I selected. Oh, for the love of God. Okay.
Well.
Hi. I'm...
Fun.
There we go. Okay. There we go. Finally. Holy crap.
That wasn't you, dude.
No.
That was...
I'm trying to get everything situated because I used my static string key and it freaking lost its damn mind.
All right, hold on. Well, that's all right.
And
so
we need to get tweeted out that
time,
we're actually live. So I got to do that. We're like everything's gone like pear-shaped, like constantly tonight. And I have like 80 million windows open and I'm not real happy with that right now.
Yeah, I just heard us back. Well, so I turned my headset off to turn it back on.
Yeah.
And that was the cue for my PC to do updates and reboot.
Cool. That's fun. So
that was
yeah, guys. It's stream.
It's Monday.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Wow.
Every time I do RetroRoots, this gets harder. Okay. All right. So that's tweeted out.
All right.
I have some chat popping in from YouTube here, so that's good. I have to grab a link from you again, because you're not showing here.
Okay. I joined the same room though, so.
Okay. Let me.
Hang
you
on,
did join the room, but
it
didn't leave me with a link. That's the problem. Okay, so I gotta maneuver a bunch of stuff here. What was that?
Excuse me.
Okay. Hi, by the way, Cy.
All right.
Eventually, we'll figure this out.
Yeah. What's up, Scrambles? What's up, Oak? What's up, Cy? I'm gonna pop out both chats just to have them.
Yeah,
both,
I just did that
obviously...
so I could get that organized.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And hopefully that's going to bring you in. There we go. Okay. All right.
Hello.
So I think we're here. Oh my God. Okay. And I think the chat is behind the window, so I need to fix that.
Hold on, I hear myself twice.
I don't.
I do.
Okay, maybe you
Wait,
have the
no, I don't.
audio on a stream.
Now I don't. Now it's gone.
Okay, I was about to
Okay.
say, maybe you have your audio on a stream or something. I have no idea.
No.
Okay.
No. All right. Where in the hell am I? Where am I?
I do not know.
Maybe today was the apocalypse after all.
It sort of
May not
feels,
be
it
wrong.
sort of feels that way. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. All right. What's up? All right. So we got Brother Big Block and Brother Brian in the Rumble chat. We got Brother Cyrus, Brother Oak, and Brother Stampede and Brother Scrambles in the YouTube chat.
There we go. Okay.
All right, I got both chats
I
up.
got the chat over the window, which is good. So that's fixed.
All right. Yes.
Let's rebuild everything from scratch. We're gonna do it all. We're gonna do it all on the fly. Hi everybody. How are you?
Yes.
Hey Big
Which
Block.
does
Hey Brian.
remind me, I need to change my
Oh my god.
crazy. This is crazy.
Every time we do this, man, it's a new adventure. Every time we do it, and every time I try to make this less hellish, and it doesn't work. Every time. I
You know
don't
why?
know why.
Because you talk bad about it. You talk bad about it, so it goes, okay, Nick, I'll get you.
There's some dirt on my face. We call that a beard around here, sir. We call that a beard, sir.
Scepter says, you did it.
And begin. There we go. All right. Yeah, I was clean shaven when I started the stream. The stream ages you, sir.
Yes. Oh, my goodness gracious.
And I have the same effing echo from you that I have every week. This voice meter fixed nothing.
It's because I'm coming through both of your freaking channels
It
again.
fixed
I don't know
nothing.
why.
You guys have no idea. I spent 3 hours on this on like Friday and over the weekend, and then I spent another hour and a half with Mike last night trying to eliminate this goddamn problem.
I'm going to have to fly out to Arizona and just...
You're going to
Come
be in
and
the
get in
wrong
front of your
state
computer.
then.
I mean, not Arizona, Colorado. Jesus Christ. I don't know why I said Arizona.
I don't know. I don't know why you say any of the things you
I
say.
would not be able to fix your computer if that was the case.
Okay. So, I wonder if they can hear you when I remove the desktop audio. So say something and see if they can hear you real quick.
Something and see if they can hear me real quick. They should be
You're
able
still
to.
echoing, even though I have that sort of muted. That's weird. Dude, Mike in general drives me crazy. It's worse when I got to hear him twice. I'm just saying. Okay, so we do have a show for you today. We were going to do the same thing we do every week, which is kind of go around and see what everybody did this weekend. So we're just going to live with this, and then me and you, Mike, we're going to like beat the living shit out of this thing until it works at some point through OBS.
Oh, we're
Because
going
I've
to.
deleted multiple scenes. I've done every. So, you know, hi. Hi, everybody.
All right, so now it's echoing back into my ears.
Good!
Yeah, something is...
You deserve it!
Oh, you need some compression on that microphone. All right, Scepter says, we see the bottle mic.
I'm going to add a media source in here because I need it right now.
That is the official.
That's how I feel!
That was fantastic, Nick.
Okay. How was your weekend? I don't do transitional
my weekend
material.
was-
I'm very George Carlin.
Yes. Actually, weekend was good. Saturday was kind of a relaxed day. Did not really stream anything. Didn't play anything. Actually went and did some karaoke with Electric Porpoise for a little bit, which I
I
always
saw
like to
part
do.
of that.
He is, it's actually very helpful for for practicing stuff for my bands. So I go in there and I sing stuff. Sunday, Sunday we had Sunday school. I had a band rehearsal. Then I came home and was like, I want to play some more Evil West. I'm really enjoying that game. Like,
I haven't started that one. I've seen you play it a little bit, and it looks a little grindy combat-wise. Isn't it just kind of like things are meat sponges for no reason? But
well, okay. All right. So here's what I like about the game. It's linear. It is very much like a Doom Eternal style game where, like, I am getting open worlded out, right? I
can't say I blame you there because I've kind of been feeling that way for a while. It's kind of why I put off doing it. Other than the fact I think I'm going to struggle to engage with Tears of the Kingdom, that the other reason I put it off is there's just too many open world games, period.
Tell me where to go. Tell me what to do. Point A to point B. There's a little bit of, I wouldn't say exploration in the game. There's places where you can go and punch a wall to get some coins and stuff like that. But
yeah.
It is a you go here, you fight these people, you go do this. Yeah. And I like that. It is refreshing. Now, as far as the bullet spongy enemies and stuff, yes and no. Some of the boss fights are tough. But because I'm enjoying the combat is intuitive. So when I've gotten into some boss fights that have taken me 30-35 minutes to get through and multiple deaths, but I never feel frustrated. I'm like, all right, you know what? Every time I die, cool, this is what I need to do. Let me try this to beat it. I've never felt like this is just so freaking unfair. I want to stop playing. So I've never gotten to that point in any of the boss battles, and some of them are horde battles. So some of them are multiple. Like some of them have been multiple bosses, and you're like, how in the hell am I supposed to beat all this? But then you start to figure out, okay, I need to hit him this way. Then I need to turn around and hit him this way. When he flashes, I need to do this. And all of a sudden it starts to come together. Right. And it's just, yeah. And the frame rate is solid. The controls are solid.
It sounds most like standard 3D action. I would say Dark Souls, but I mean, it sounds like Ninja Gaiden. It sounds like the Stellar Blade and all that, where, you've got visual or audio cues as to when the boss is going to do a big attack or something like that, so to either move or do a defensive move or something.
More than that.
So I mean, it looks fine to me. I haven't dug into it, but then I've been kind of digging into like my own games and kind of making sure to do some retro streams and stuff and things like that, and just kind of working on videos and trying to get some other niceties in on various different things and all that. So I've been kind of all over the board lately a little bit. I'm seeing it pop up in Ninja Chat like twice. It's weird. It doesn't pop up. I might have two of those windows up. Maybe that's what's going on. But I don't see it popping up in the main chat. You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
But I might have.
So do you have the chat? If you have the chat popped out twice by accident,
that might be it, and that might be what's going on. Why I'm seeing it because I'm seeing it in the control room, but I'm not seeing it anywhere else. So,
and I'm only seeing it on the Rumble side. I'm not seeing it on the YouTube side now.
Right. The YouTube side seems to be fine, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to figure it out later. I've got a bunch of windows open right now today.
And I'm betting one of those windows is a second pop out.
Oh, I think I found it. I think I found out why it's popping in here. Okay. There we go. Okay. That might fix that. Because I think I had another one of those windows popped out, and that'll probably fix that. But yeah, it's doing double on Rumble. But that's probably because I had that window popped out twice, and it just throws it if you have it up multiple times. I didn't realize it did that, actually.
There you
It's good to know. But I was trying to get everything fixed, and I lost Windows while I was trying to get everything up, because we were going to do a show today on video game advertisements, like old video game advertisements. So I'll be working on some images, pulling up some images. We'll be going over some commercials. If you guys have some links to some commercials and stuff like that that you'd like us to kind of go over, I thought we'd just kind of do a reaction and kind of talk about kind of where we were at with ads and how they kind of almost don't exist now unless it's like a freemium game, right? And so this includes magazine ads, which I'm going to assume everybody that's watching this show is old enough to know what a magazine is. I hope. If not, it was a bound pieces of paper that talked about things in words as opposed to a video. Think of it like a physical web page that you could collect.
Yeah.
And would sometimes come with posters and stuff. I know that sounds sarcastic and snarky, but I'm Gen X. What do you expect me to do? It's just how I'm wired.
Boomer.
Not quite boomer. You're closer to boomer than I am.
I'm very much closer to boomer. There we go.
Look at some of those racing Neo Geo ads back in the day.
Oh, there were some crazy ads.
There's some wild stuff out there. Like, no lie. There's some crazy stuff out there. And even some of the stuff that was aimed at kids. I couldn't find it right off, but I was starting to lose track of time. On like a Game Boy ad where she had like a Babe Ruth card and like a piece of cake, and he wouldn't stop playing the Game Boy, and she was in like lingerie. It was like a 23-year-old girl in lingerie in a 10-year-old boy's bedroom, and I'm like, I have so many questions.
Yeah.
As to why this ad exists. Hey, Galaxy, how you doing?
I mean, Galaxy, I was watching Zeke, so glad he made it. Oh, did you tell Zeke about the bot? Because I haven't touched it yet. I was a little busy.
I've got to get it. I need to try to get Rumbot. Like, I couldn't find it the other day, so I don't know where to get it right now. So I haven't messed with it myself.
Oh, there's another bot. So while I was streaming last night, the guy who does Rumble bot put up a post that there's another bot out there that just added Rumble to their Discord notification. So when you go live, it'll post it to Discord.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I've had it. Like my old Me 6 Discord bot would do it for like YouTube, but they haven't added Rumble, and this one did. So
okay.
Oh yeah, the 90s were absolutely nuts.
Yeah, they were absolutely bonkers.
Some good commercials. So I've got some stuff locked and loaded for.
Yeah, and you're randomly just echoing really loud. At one point, I'm going to fix this
echoing.
problem.
It's echoing back to me now too.
Oh, I'm gonna just go nuts. One of these days, I'm gonna lose it. I've tried everything to stop this from happening with you, and it will not stop.
I almost want to do like an IT remote session with you where I just get on your machine and.
Well, what I don't want to do that I think I'm going to have to do is I think I'm going to have to tear down every scene I have built in OBS and rebuild it from the ground up to try to fix it. Because it only happens when OBS is up. So there's something inside OBS doing this, and I do not know what it is at this point. But I have this really bad feeling I'm going to have to tear apart every single scene I built and rebuild it from the ground up, and I desperately do not want to do that, but it's going to be what it's going to be. Yeah, it's because it kind of reverts back on him, and it reverts back on me, but the source that's going out to you guys is one source, and it's never actually gone out to you guys, but it's enough that I'll hear him. It's like he's talking through a bad microphone where you get this reverb, right? It doesn't like echo, but you get this weird audio digitizing effect.
But then I'm getting some echo back now.
Yeah, and it's just bonkers. So it is what it is. Anyway,
For tonight.
Yeah. So while I did this weekend is I did some Mega Man. So I finished on Mega Man 1, started in on Mega Man 2.
Nice.
So I got to the Wily stages on Mega Man 2, and I got to the next to last stage right before you fight Wily, and I was starting to get sloppy on the play, and I'm like, okay, I need to go eat. So I'm gonna stop and I'll approach this, and I think that's how those streams are gonna go. I'll probably finish up one game, and then I'll start the next game, and then it'll just kind of be that way. Because the idea of what I want to do on that one is I want to go through the entire collection that I have. So I've got the collection 1. I think that's games 1 through 6. So I'd like to get through all 6 of those. So since it has a save feature, and I'll have to key in a passcode every single time, because the NES and Capcom being relatively cheap and not wanting to put batteries in them, didn't have an actual save system. They had a passcode system. So in the collection, they've added a save system, which you can use judiciously or you can abuse the crap out of, depending on how you want to do it. You can save anywhere in the stage, so you can use it like save states if you want to. I'm opting for the most part, with one exception where I was fighting the Yellow Devil and I put one save just outside of him because I knew that fight was going to tick me off, and I knew I might eventually break down and just practice it from that location. And so when I beat him, I just said, screw it. I'm going to continue with the game. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the stage. I was going to finish the game. I might go back and do that one again and try to do it without having a save there, just to say I got through it more cleanly, I guess is the best way to put it. Just pretend you're doing a show in a stadium, live sold-out crowd, and the echo is a feature, not a bug. Here's what I have to say to you about that, sir. That's what I have to say about that, sir.
I didn't hear that. You have to hit the little B2 on the.
Oh no, it doesn't play through. It doesn't play through my headphones. When that video feed will only go out to the audience. That's by design.
Okay.
So you'll hear it if you're watching the stream, but you won't hear it through my desktop.
Okay.
So, and I checked all those on a live stream just to make sure that it was actually doing them. See, I heard it. So I did that, and I did some Alter Beast, and Alter Beast is going to be the death of me if I actually want to finish that game. The problem I have with Alter Beast is I don't find it that fun. Like going back, I remember enjoying it as a kid, but going back and playing it now, it's actually kind of a boring game. It's just not that fun.
Well, it's punch, kick.
Yeah, and it's really boring punches and kicks. Like there's just not enough moves to really kind of keep it interesting.
There's two moves. Punch, kick.
Yeah, and then there's jump. It's
you could you could duck and kick up.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's your third.
Yeah.
Where it gets better is when you fully transform into your animal.
Well, here's the funny thing. When you fully transform into animal, like if you have to go through a second loop of that game in order to get the last beat to become the animal form or whatnot, I find the animal form sucks on the stage for the most part. Like they're excellent against the boss, but you're almost better off being in the form just below when you go into the beast mode. As far as the stage goes, because you've got more flexibility in your moveset. So it just works better. So no chance I'm reacting to old commercials just talking about it, or is there reacting plan? There is reacting as a plan. Yes, absolutely. We're kind of getting into the string galaxy. That's all. So I do have some keyed up here that I'm going to be pulling out that I'll probably put in a full screen. And while we're going into some of these, I'm sure Mike will be sending links or pulling some up so I can share his screen or something like that, and we can do that. Or I may just have him send me the links through Discord or something so I can pull them up, because I already had the scene set up to grab my screen. That way we can pull those up.
Well, can you see there's a chat in Video Ninja. See if you see what I just sent you in it.
I do. Let me...
Okay, so that's where I'll send them. No, you didn't miss anything, Galaxy.
No, you haven't missed anything at all, man. Like I said, I'm getting a lot of these set up now, is all I'm doing. So as we go into these, we can kind of pull these in, and we're not really going to go in any particular order. We're just going to pull up some of them that we thought were like kind of crazy and goofy, and kind of go from there. And trying to make sure that I found some of the right ones, because there was some really like even this one. We'll just start with this one, and then we'll go back into some other stuff and kind of go back and forth. No, you didn't miss any of Galaxy. We were just we were late getting the stream started because Mike had some issues on his end, and then I was having trouble getting things set back up for dual streaming, because when I'm just normally streaming, I'm not streaming to both YouTube and Rumble. I'm just streaming to Rumble. So I have to change my OBS configuration for that. And then that was giving me all sorts of grief tonight, on top of Mike having his own grief. So it was a comedy of errors tonight trying to get this thing started.
Yes. Griefing.
Alter Beast's greatest modern revisionist history, trying to slander the game, which will not stand. This aggression will not stand. It's gonna have to stand, dude, because I went through the first 4 stages of that game probably 15 times, and I was so bored by the end of it. And the only thing that was giving me a little bit of juice to kind of keep pushing is I started slowly, more reliably getting into stage 5, which is kind of like a psychedelic trip over into La La Land compared to the rest of the game. Like, the colors are funky, the enemies don't make no damn sense. It just gets super weird. And they're super difficult to deal with. So I'm going to have to practice that quite a bit before I stream that game again. One, so I can get there more reliably. And 2, I can learn how in the hell to fight these things before you get power-ups. Because the biggest problem with that game is before you get power-ups, your punch actually stops like 4 or 5 pixels shorter than it looks like in the animation.
I know.
So your fist will be halfway through somebody's face and it won't hit them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that sucks. So it's not until you get the first power up that your punch actually feels like it has the appropriate range. So it's just bizarre. I'm looking for how Sega's going to do a remake since they announced it with the other games. Yeah. Are they going to do a remake of Alter Beast? Because that's a game I always kind of wondered. Like, it was killer back in the day. It's hard to go back to now, but it was killer back in the day. I don't remember it ever getting a sequel.
There wasn't a sequel that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I think there was some sort of remake or something on the PlayStation, but I don't remember an Alter Beast 2 ever coming out. It was just kind of like a one and done.
No, because they moved on to Golden Axe.
Yeah, which honestly has its own limitations as far as a beat 'em up, but it's a far more polished experience.
It is a much better game.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and move us over to, because I have at least one of these I want to show. Okay, Alter Beast is a stupid game, but I was surprised how much I liked it and actually put some time into it. You know, Matthews, I got pretty far in it, and I'm not going to lie. I got pretty far in it because I got to stage 5 a couple of times, but I could never quite get any of the power-ups to be able to start pushing that stage. But I was usually down to 1 life by the time I got there. So I need to just, because there's no continue system and there's no options to add more lives or to change the difficulty, the game just is what it is on the Genesis, which is funny because I always held the Genesis in a little bit higher esteem for one feature alone, and that was its ability to give you an options menu so you could kind of adjust the game more so you could learn it, right? Like most games like Revenge of Shinobi and Earthworm Jim and all those, you could either add more shurikens or lower the difficulty or add more health, or, you know, it was almost kind of like having a game genie built into the game. So you could really kind of tailor it to where you could sort of learn the stages and stuff and kind of get familiar with them. And they really just didn't do that in this game. And I guess it's because it was so early in the game. There was a GBA version of Alter Beast? Oh my God, I had no idea there was a GBA version. That's bizarre. I didn't know that was a thing. Mike, did you know that was a thing?
Not on GBA. Now, I knew about the re-release that came out on PS2.
Yeah.
But I did not know about a GBA.
Oh, no, I didn't, Scepter. I actually left the shurikens to default when I went through Revenge of Shinobi.
All right. So here are all of the
Okay, apparently it was released multiple times, even on the 360. Hey, Corch.
Well, here's every machine that it came out on: the arcade, DOS, Amstrad, MSX, NES, Atari ST, Amiga, Master System, Genesis, PC Engine Super CD-ROM, Commodore 64, and Game Boy Advance.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's bizarre.
That is everything that it came out on.
I gotta move the chat up here a little bit.
Oh, hold on.
There we go.
So, according to, because Wikipedia is always true.
Honestly, everybody makes fun of Wikipedia. I find it more accurate than people give it credit for, because I've cross-checked it a lot doing videos, because I use it as a starting point a lot of times. So now Mike's echoing after I switch scenes. So apparently, okay, let's mute the desktop.
All right.
And see if that removes the echo. That might remove the echo.
Okay. All right. Altered Beast Guardian of the Realms was the 2002 sequel for the Game Boy Advance. A PlayStation 2 title known as Juoki Project Altered Beast in Japan and Altered Beast in Europe was released by Sega in 2005. It was planned for a North American release but was later canceled. Rather than serving as a sequel to the original game, the newer title features a more modern setting that is unconnected to the original game with a darker and more violent tone. And that is the only thing it lists.
Okay, so it basically just had re-releases.
Right, but the GBA game was a sequel.
Okay. All right, so I've got to figure out how to mute you when I'm playing desktop. So I've got you going on A1. So if I turn you off on well, it doesn't really seem to matter. All right, so if I just turn off A1, then that should... let's just play the video and have you not talk while I play the video, because I don't know how we're going to figure this out. We're going to have to do some live streams and figure this out, because I'm going to have to be able to hear it to fix it.
Sure.
All right. So I'm going to mute aux from here right now, so that when we're talking, they can hear it. Okay, so we're going to play this. This is a terrifying commercial for a game. This is very early 2000s. But I was just looking at this and I'm like, what the hell? What?
Oh, that's nothing.
The hell were you guys thinking with this ad?
Oh, that's nothing. Play the one I sent.
Is this the one? This one here?
That says no. The second one.
Okay, you sent me another one.
I thought it was Dream. Yeah, I sent you 3.
Okay.
I thought that this was Dreamcast, but it's not. It's Xbox. It was an original Xbox commercial from 2002 that actually never aired in the U.S.
I think I might have seen something with this one. Hold on, let me pull this up. Let me know if is this the right one?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, let me pause this and back this up. I'll make it full screen here. Okay, the video was really loud. Okay. All right, so we'll have to turn down.
Yeah, just turn it down in your YouTube there.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I'm looking at the right one here. Okay, so I'm going to turn that down quite a bit, and we'll see if that sounds any better, because that should be my main audio. All right. And then I'll also kind of adjust this, because I had the desktop volume spiked too. That's the other problem. Sorry, guys. This is, again, I'm trying to get used to using VoiceBeam or Banana for things. And now it's like I've got 28 million things that I've got to run and micromanage when I'm doing this podcast, and it's getting super annoying. So we're going to try this again. Hopefully this sounds a little bit better. I'm going to mute mine for a second so I can play this one for you guys. Let me mute here.
Oh, turn that down too.
Oh, this? Okay.
Yeah, that'll
All right,
help.
because I turned everything down. Hopefully they'll actually be able to hear it by the time I'm done. We'll see. All right. We're going to find out. Okay, here we go. The hell is this?
Whoa, just watch. Just keep watching. Keep watching.
And he's getting older. This is not okay.
That's why.
He's gonna die before he lands of old age. Wow, okay, perfect timing. The fuck was that an ad for?
That ad never made it to. That never made it on TV. That ad never made it on TV.
What the fuck?
That ad never made it to television.
So much for family friendly. Happy Eclipse Day. Yes, we're not dead.
So that's right. Henny. Sorry, Henny. So much. Yes.
So much for family friendly. Oh my god, that's
ad.
crazy. Matthew's like, wow.
There was a 360 ad that was a little less weird, but very controversial. And I'll pull that one up for you in the chat too.
And while he's pulling some of those up, let me hold on, let me get a couple of these pulled up, and then we'll go back to the normal like retro roots view for a minute. That way I can pull some of these up and you guys can just kind of see us for a second, because I had some of these pulled up that were just, and these were just regular magazine ads that were just like, the 90s were weird, and I kind of and this is some of the reasons I miss them, because some of these things are just lunacy with their advertising, and I feel like you can't do it now because it offends somebody somewhere, right? Which goes into a whole other conversation that we almost had tonight that we're kind of avoiding right now. Because I'm already thinking that this particular stream at some point will go to a level that YouTube will just be like, no, you're done. It's already going to kind of go there. Just organically.
Like the Game Boy Pocket ad that said "keep it in your pants." Yeah,
right. And some of these are getting kind of pixelated as I pull them up, but I'm gonna get a number of these loaded up so we can just kind of show them. Okay, here we go. Try to get some of these lined up. And this first one's gonna look pretty bad, but I think you guys will get the gist of it, because this is one of the ones that I remember seeing like all the time.
Oh yeah.
Girl Andre for a Neo Geo commercial going, I remember when he used to couldn't keep his hands off of me, and I'm like,
yeah,
wow. Later, Corge.
I remember that one.
Just after the rats like humping the GBA and stuff like that, and GBA was heavily advertised with Playboy at the time because they were trying to get a more mature image. So there was that one, and then there was this one too.
Later.
That's the Sega Saturn commercial. And then this one I just thought was actually kind of good. It's a grinder called Hardcore. It's just maybe I should have played checkers instead.
Hold on. Here's what I just. I mean, YouTube is asshole, so of course it's having a picture. All right, hold on. Here's one I just put in the chat for you. Actually, no, not that. Hang on, because that's the Bing. Let me do it this way.
Hold on.
You'll like this one. There you go.
Okay, and is that the last one I'm looking for, or is it the comic book one?
That's the last one, the media.comicbook.com.
Okay. Oh my god. What the hell? Okay, hang on. Let me go back to the screen view so people can see this. All right, so this, I gotta figure out how do I zoom into this? I'm trying to remember. There we go. What the actual hell? Dude, the 90s, man. I don't know what to tell you.
90s.
Like,
oh, hold on.
Everybody lost their mind.
Oh no! You're getting. Here you go. You're getting canceled right now.
Oh, that's okay. It was going to happen at some point. Yeah. This is definitely going to get me kicked off of YouTube tonight. It's just going to happen.
Oh my god! I don't even know if I can send you this next one.
Just what? just what?
Oh no. I will not think anything of you if you say no. I can't show this one.
I saw this one.
Oh my god!
And for a penny, and for a pound. Here we go.
Oh my god! Hold on. These are the. Hold it.
Hi, YouTube.
Hold it. Wait, hold it. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm waiting for you to just go. They're gonna be like, you're no longer monetized. I'm gonna be like, that's fair.
Oh my god, the next one. Oh my god.
Sorry, not sorry, YouTube. Here we go. It's history. It's history, YouTube. Why don't you like history lessons? Oh my god. Now you can play with yourself for hours with Sega's handheld full-color game system, arcade quality Sega games graphics, plus backlit screen means you can even fiddle around in total darkness. If you need a breather from that fast, furious hand action, you can turn the Game Gear into a color TV using the Sega adapter. Will fulfill all your wildest fantasies. Jesus. I love the wording. Oh, I love the wording. The wording's wonderful.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
I had some more of these too.
Oh,
Some of these I
yes.
was even wondering if I should even put them up on.
You may want to blank out YouTube for a minute and just say, we're going to go. Yeah, the rest of the stream's just going to be on Rumble.
I honestly thought about putting a disclaimer on here that you might just want to come to Rumble because this may be my last night on YouTube. Because then when I started looking at this, I'm like, I really want to show these, but I know exactly where this is going to go. So that adds what sold me on a Game Gear.
That's all right. To my knowledge, Corge.
Galaxy's like, I don't know about any of you, but I don't play any of my games naked.
So, to be fair, Scrambles and Psy and Corge all have Rumble accounts. They could come down here. They could hang out with us once we've been kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah, I might end up going full-time YouTube tonight. That may be what happens. So I thought this one was just messed up. So fast, eyelids are a liability. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And then I had like this one here. And this one just cracked me up because of all the ones we've seen that weren't censored. This actually got censored by Electronic Gaming Magazine when she's got like the bikini bottom on. And that just cracked me up. That's on the thumbnail, actually.
I know. I know, but
And I'm like,
but
wait a minute.
In that, oh, hang on, Scrambles, I got you.
Scrambles, I gotta know how to find the Rumble stream.
Hang on, Scrambles, I got you. By the way, shout out to the 31 people watching. You might get featured tonight with this.
Only on Rumble. You just gonna be like, son, you done messed up. And I'm like, that's fair.
You done messed up.
That's fair.
Hey, Aaron.
That's fair. He done messed up, Aaron. And Leisure Suit Larry, who doesn't like a good Leisure Suit Larry ad? I mean, come on.
Which was an awesome. That was actually a solid game too.
Yeah, you honestly could not do
Magnum
this ad series today. Like, it just would not fly. The game itself, I don't think, would really fly today with modern. You could do it on the slide, but you wouldn't get good numbers out of it. Like, you just wouldn't.
Oh, no.
There's Scrambles.
Well, it would depend on. It depend on your, on what you make the character. Check out the last one I sent you. It's in that vein of Gex 3.
Oh, I saw this one. Yeah, I almost pulled this one. Yeah, I saw this one.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. In his misadventures.
Yes. That was that Sony ad that Crash Bandicoot ad.
I know, Galaxy. Why Electronics Arts Magazine censored that one when like all these ads probably ran live and it was no problem.
Right.
When it switched over before YouTube assassinates the stream.
Well, because the truth of the matter is that back in the day, who was the main demographic for video games?
Oh, well, I mean, it was the same men. One that it wasn't well, here's the thing, right? When video games kind of like took off initially, they appealed more to guys, right? Because of the nature of the games. Most of them were like shooting type games, etc. Except for Pong, which women were reportedly really, really good at Pong because they're just like more, I don't know. There's some scientific explanations why they were a little bit better at Pong than guys were for the most part. But then a lot of other games that came out were stuff like Defender and Asteroids and stuff like that women really weren't leaning towards. The next game that really appealed to them was like Pac-Man because it was designed to appeal to like everybody, right? So it was a game everybody could love. But when they decided, especially Nintendo, when they decided to market the Nintendo Entertainment System in the States, they had to pick whether they're going to market it towards guys or girls at the time, right? And they just went ahead and aimed it at guys because they were already a larger part of the demographic just because of the type of games, right? More than anything else.
Correct.
And there just wasn't that much interest from women in the market at the time. So it became like a guy's thing. That's kind of where that whole stigma started because guys were already leaning towards it in the first place. So it was already something they wanted to do. And women weren't playing a lot of games because there weren't just a lot of games that were interesting them at the time. Now, that's since shifted to where I think women play almost as many of like the shooter games and like first-person shooter games and all that stuff as guys do now for the most part.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
So that demographic is now balanced out. But it's still kind of got that long-held stigma because of the way everything started and because they heavily market it towards guys with ads like these, right? And those were there specifically just because, I mean, like, look at this one. I mean, seriously. I mean, again, they know exactly who they're marketing to with this, and they're just trying to sell you like a tennis game. And so it's just due to the nature of it. And advertising in a lot of games, a lot of stuff like this anyway was aimed at guys, period. You know.
For sure.
At least at the time. And now things have kind of balanced out. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I think, honestly, we could go back to having a little bit more fun with some of these advertisements on both sides, right? Like if you're gonna make an ad that really aims at women for something, that's fine. But also let ads show up that are really going to aim for guys so we can both kind of be in on the fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
We
and
have
you can
cookies and punch over
do.
here.
Look, you can do. Look at the last ad, the last link I put in the chat. You can do an ad like Mortal Kombat did, which was perfectly fine.
Well, yeah, this was a pretty standard magazine ad back in the day. Hold on, I'll pull it up. I'll move over to the screen. I mean, this was
Right.
a fairly standard ad. This was nothing too out of the ordinary for. And Mortal Kombat,
but you
honestly,
can-
was another one that was kind of on the edge where they started getting a lot of media attention on gaming anyway, media and political attention.
Yes.
Because games had started getting to the point where the violence looked more realistic. The characters looked more realistic. So you're not looking at like a stick figure that's meant to represent a girl. You know, like nobody's going to look at the Atari game, the Porky's Atari game, and go, oh my, and today and go, oh, that's too lewd. At the time, that was really risque. And there were a lot of other games that were even worse than that. They came out on the Atari console. But
Here's
nobody was
another
really
one.
paying any attention to them then. But as the graphics got more
Right.
realistic and games like this and Night Trap came out, that got people's attention.
Yes. Now there were ads that did more wholesome stuff. Although there, pull up the next one I sent you. And
Yeah,
then-
Scramble says, I had fun playing NES with the girls down the street as a kid. Both of my wives played video
Absolutely.
games, sometimes with me too. There, see? And it's just one of those things. Like, you had a demographic of female gamers that just wasn't as big, and the marketing wasn't aimed at them because they were considered such a small part of the market. They've become a much bigger part of the market, particularly in the mobile space. The mobile
Correct.
space has a much, much higher demographic of like female gamers than even male gamers for the most part. Which is funny when you're seeing a lot of the what they call gacha games, like Honkai Railway and Genshin Impact,
Oh yeah.
and all those with a lot of the anime waifu type characters, which are pretty much aimed squarely at guys. But you'll see a lot of girls pick them because the girls are cute. All the characters are cute and they like them. Custer's Last Stand. There you go. See, that's another one exactly like that. That is even I look at that game and I go, oh dude.
Oh no.
Dude.
Yeah.
Just no.
Yeah.
just no.
No. All right, so here are some. So I put a couple of things that are a little more they weren't really mainstream, but they were. They made a point without being overly,
here's some of the others. Let me get the other
Right?
one up too.
right. Just don't smile when they say you're grounded. That's a great ad. I think that's a great ad.
Yeah. And that's a totally reasonable ad. Right? And honestly, it's got a good mix of games in there that I think would appeal to like most ages. Because I could see most girls at the time wanting to play something like Bog or Felix's Adventure or stuff like that. That's totally reasonable. And the Game Boy had a lot of stuff that I feel like kind of appealed to both demographics pretty well.
And this one is not. I mean, this one
Kind of pokes fun at it a little bit, but but I see where they're
but
going.
not
with
in
it.
the way that you think.
No.
Right. If you're still playing unseg, you're just a weenie. But here, if you're playing, you're a real hot dog. There honestly isn't a big entendre
In
there.
Scrambles, I do the same thing. I've had a couple of people like make fun of me because I run female characters a lot of times in games. And I'm like, I'm playing an MMO. I'm going to basically be staring at the backside of this character. And they're
Right.
like, well, I don't stare at my character's ass. I'm like, really? Because generally, depending on where my camera
right
is,
there.
that's the only thing I can see on some of the fights. What are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah, and Stellar
Which-
Blade has some eye candy.
Oh, right. And you know what?
And,
It's
and
gonna
we almost
sell.
went into a topic of talking about the history of female protagonists because I feel like the modern community managers and the modern gaming audience has lost the lost understanding of what came before. And that almost started because I was like, I was at somebody going, well, Laura Croft was really the first female action hero. And I'm like, you need to shut up.
Dude, I wasn't. Yeah,
You need to shut up and you need to go away
and
and you need to let the adults talk about this because you don't understand what you're talking about.
yeah.
I'm like, You did no homework on this. You have no idea what you're actually talking about. And you need to stop. And you need to go do some homework and then come back and have this conversation when you're ready to have an adult conversation about it. Because I don't feel like you're prepared for this right now. Oh, and here's another one that you sent too.
And the last one I sent, since we're talking about marketing to females and to girls, I think it's a beautiful ad.
Yeah, I'll bring that one up in a second. I want to get over to the screen so they can see this one real quick. Here we go. So here's one just basically talking about various different Bible games. It's a pretty reasonable, wholesome ad.
Yep. And on the 2600, which everybody had at the time.
And then here's another one aiming, like learning about new worlds and stuff with a girl and her dog.
And she's playing Caverns of Mars, which is a good game. But it's
the
her
first woman,
right? So
hey Pixel, how you doing, by the way? Good to see you.
What's up, Pixel?
And there was a couple others that I had that I want to pull up. Give me a second here.
Yeah, pull yours up. I didn't want to,
because there were some interesting Quake ones that I grabbed that I thought were just really funny.
Let's see them. Let's see them.
And I think I've got them downloaded, so let me look for these.
Yeah, I was locked and loaded for tonight.
Yeah, and I grabbed some of these when I got home. Well, everything on mine got disrupted. Like I got home early, and I'm not working out this week because I messed up my back like 2 weeks ago, and I don't know how I messed it up, but it was like 3 days after my back lift, and then all of a sudden my back just hurt like hell, and I've been having a beast of a time getting it to clear up.
I hear you.
Giving me trouble sleeping.
My shoulder, my neck and shoulder.
So I was like, I'm gonna have plenty of time today, and then Nicole's like, well, we have to go deal with taxes again because they messed up something on our taxes. So I wasted another freaking hour on taxes today, and then walked the dog. By then it was like 5 or 5:30 by the time I sat down to even do any of this. I still had to make the thumbnail, figure out how to get everything configured and everything like that. So I lost a ton of time today. It was a mess. But here's two of these that I thought were like really, they were kind of wholesome, but they're also kind of creepy at the same time. Quake is for everyone. The most important PC game ever. They got the whole family sitting here playing Quake.
All wearing shirts.
Yeah,
yes.
They're all wearing Quake shirts. And then behind them, Quake is good for you. The most important PC game ever. Grandma's got like a big Quake pie.
And look, the mirror, her doors,
her shutters are like Quake. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, these are so messed up, but I love it. It looks like a cult.
Yep. Looks like a cult. No, Scramble said he had the Noah's Ark game on NES on Bible Adventures.
Yeah, I know a couple of people who had those actually. Galaxy said it really depends on the game. If it's a narrative game about the character, I don't mind. But when I can make my own, I normally go with a male because I want the immersion to act like I'm the character. Yeah, I could totally see that.
I always want to pick a 50-year-old, partially in shape Jewish guy. That's
there you go.
My character.
Telling you need your own Street Fighter character. Gefilte fish.
Instead of throwing stars, it's...
Hold on, we got another ad here. I'm trying to get to some of these that Mike sent me because he came more loaded for bear than I did. I'm having to scan through some of mine to find these because I didn't have time to get... I've got to be better about getting with Mike on the off weeks and coming up with the topic and then starting to bookmark stuff ahead of time is what I need to do. And I never get around to doing it because I just lose track of time.
Yeah. So here's another one while you're... Yeah, that was another ad that did not make it out because people, when you watch it, people thought that this was way too... You'll see.
Okay.
This isn't... It's a good ad, but I understand why Microsoft couldn't put it out
in the States. Hold on one second. Let me mute you for a second while I play this one real quick.
Yeah, I don't think it came out at all.
Not saying I want to see myself in games because none of the characters would look like me. They're my
Right.
fantasy me. Yeah, absolutely.
No, fantasy me, right?
And honestly, that's what I want out of a game character. I don't want like me in the game. I want my ideal version of me or ideal version of a girl in a game. And I think that's what most players want. So let's play this real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this one. This one made no sense.
Like a first-person shooter type thing.
Yeah, you're right. It is like a first-person shooter type thing. It's just bizarre. One minute. Hold on. I'm on the phone.
I mean, it's all about playing together because 360 was online and all that stuff. It was a good ad, but people thought that the violent nature of that ad was not something you
It's
wanted
like
kids
a
to
Naked
see.
Gun movie. Yeah, absolutely. It's a good ad. That's
Yeah.
like, honestly, you're right. It's a good ad for like a VR game or an augmented reality game. You're right.
Yeah. No. And by the way, I'm with you guys. I was just kidding. I want my character to be the best character of me. Do I like to see like, oh, cool, it's got my facial features and my hair color and all that? Yes. But from the neck down, I'm, the most jacked,
you're ripped and ready
the
to
most
go.
jacked guy
Absolutely.
in the world. Right. No. Yeah, that ad wasn't that bad. A couple of the other ads that I put in the chat for you. One was the Sega Saturn Sega Ta Sanshiro, which was a big. So while the Saturn cratered in the United States for various stupid reasons, in Japan, the Saturn.
There were
lived a
also
long
some
and
very
healthy
good
life.
reasons that it tanked in the States too.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. But in Japan, it lasted a long time. It was very popular. And one of the reasons for its popularity were the ads that ran on TV with this guy. Their mascot was a karate master called Segata Sanshiro. And that was his thing. So he was like the kind of like the modern day. Who was the guy that did the PlayStation commercials? I can't remember his real name, but hang on.
Here's another
like the
crazy one that
PlayStation-
only ran in Japan. Oh, it's Mike again. Dance Mike. Showing us some weird mute man.
You giant awesome thing is a weird.
This one, I saw this one once and it was so freaking risque. I'm going to apologize for the echo, guys, but I'm going to leave Mike and Abel here while I play this. This is for Metroid Zero Mission. They knew who they were selling to.
破壊と脱出2つの試練ゲームボーイアドバンスメトロイドゼロミッション
Nice. Kevin Butler was his name. Oh, wait a minute. We're back to the main screen.
The fun fact for actor Zero Shiro was played by Takashi Hongo, the original Kamen Rider series. Okay.
Yeah, and for Sega, it was a huge thing. Oh, we got a raid.
Oh, we got a
Pixel
raid?
Kitten says,
Oh,
raided the
Pixel
stream.
raided us. Hey, Pixel.
What's going on, Native?
What's up, Native? How's everybody doing tonight? Pixel Raid!
Pixel Raid!
Get that pounds!
Mike, you got it. Get my email from Game Hissy.
I love Pixel. She's so sweet.
Yeah, I gotta catch her. I'm following her on Twitter. I have not had a chance to catch a stream yet.
Oh, dude, you got to catch her streams, man. She's absolutely the life of a party. I never grin more than when I'm watching one Pixel streams. I kid you not.
Definitely following. I am absolutely following. I just double checked.
They were playing. What's that team game where you're like hunting scrap in space? It's like a space scavenging game, but they had like a little red laser dot thing to point at things, and they were moving around. She's like chasing it on the screen and everything. She was totally leaning into cat chasing a laser pointer. It was amazing. It was fantastic, man. But she's always super happy to see everybody. She's always super welcoming to everybody.
That's what is cool.
But yeah, she's an awesome streamer. She's a ton of fun. We're just kind of going over like a lot of 90s and earlier video game ads. And just some of the crazy stuff that they did, guys. So that's kind of what we're doing now. For the sake of your own good conscience, make sure that you hit the like button below. Thank you. This has been public service announcement. Thank you, Dinosaur Gaming.
That's another great guy. He's like a little bit older than I am, and just as energetic. So that's a great guy right there.
I need to check out some more of his streams because I've seen him in chat a lot, but I don't know that I've checked out his streams. And Cyber Mario popped in too. Mm-hmm. So we got Dinosaur Gaming in here just sort of vibing. Type too fast for my brain to make both thoughts. Here's one that's a really just solid ad for the time that I didn't pull up for this. But this was sort of like the beginning of console wars, before there were like 4 console wars as we knew them, right?
Mattel Electronics asked me to compare their Intellivision games with Atari. I gave it a try. I compared Atari baseball with Intellivision and found Intellivision played much more like real baseball. Then I compared Atari football with Intellivision. Again, Intellivision played more like the real game. In my opinion, if you try them both, there's only one conclusion you can come to. Intellivision from Mattel Electronics.
And George Plimpton, I mean, people...
He had a really good voice for doing ads, but he was very clinical and to the point, right? It was kind of funny because the very first, like, console war, of a sense, was between the television and Atari. For the most part, but it was really civilized. Like, it was painfully civilized. Like, those were the ads. That's as hardcore as they really went.
Well, that's
He's got a British accent.
Thing.
I'm sold.
Right. He was a sports writer, and that bringing him over into a video game ad was something very different for him. I mean, he's a Harvard. He was a military guy. He served in Italy as like a tank driver. I mean, he was a very prestigious, St. Bernard school, that kind of thing. And to come in and do video game ads was, he played basketball. He was an athlete. I mean, it was all kinds of stuff. So it was a thing.
Yeah.
For him. So I always like those.
But you would see a lot of like you saw things really, really ramp up back in the day. Like, you would see tons of like the Sega Scream and stuff like that. And that was really more of kind of Sega getting loud and edgy, which was kind of the 90s thing, right? Like, you heard extreme a lot in the 90s, right?
Yes.
So And that was everybody
yeah.
just trying to go kind of over the top with because Extreme Sports were starting to be a thing, and everybody was getting into those. So that was like the big hot thing.
32
And the 32X
built. Yep. No. So Kevin Butler was so when we talk about, and the reason I brought George Plimpton in was because there was a Sony went in a similar direction with a gentleman. I can't remember. Let me look him up real quick. He's an actor, and he's been in television shows and things like that.
Oak, we're listening to you, man. I don't know how far the YouTube chat is. I don't know how far behind they are.
Yeah.
No, so that might be part of the problem. Sorry.
No, I'm talking.
I'm not trying to ignore you, man. I'm not at all. I promise.
Yeah. Jerry Lambert, who was in things like The West Wing, King of the Hill, that 70s show. He did a lot of TV. He came in and he did a bunch of stuff for PlayStation. So he's just streaming my brain out. No, streaming away, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So watch this last video because this is, this was where Sony, one of the ways that Sony really got with kind of the mainstream public, because wait a minute.
Hold on. I got two of these pulled up. I got this one, and then I got another one just behind this. So
yeah,
let me move over here.
But we're on the other screen.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm getting them set up first.
Okay.
I have a plan, sir. Let me have my plan.
Oh, I can hear it.
Just sleep with the stream on, whatever autoplays. Sleep good, man. Get some rest.
Thanks, Brother Oak.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Oak. I appreciate it.
Yes,
so again, I'm going to apologize for the
email
echo. That's just something we're going to deal with tonight so we can both comment when these things are playing.
Dear PlayStation, my grandma won't stop watching Blu-ray movies on my PS3.
Look, for $299, you don't just get a sweet gaming machine. It's like you get the best Blu-ray player around built in for free. You know how old people like free stuff.
Yeah, but
You know what she did for fun when she was your age? She pushed a hoop with a stick.
But I want to put...
With a stick.
I've been waiting...
Stick.
PS3, now $299.
And those were all, he had there were a bunch of gaming ads he did too, but he was hilarious, and he brought eyes to the PlayStation 3 when the PlayStation 3 really had stumbled out of the gate with a lot of the mistakes they made. They really turned a bit of their marketing around with him. Hey, what's up, Key Lime?
Sick.
Yes, remember when the PS3 was $599? Yes, I remember when the PS3 was $599.
I do remember that. Well, that was the launch one. And the reason it was so expensive is, one, it was a Blu-ray player. The Blu-ray players were new at the time. Secondly, it had a full PlayStation 2 built into it on top of the PlayStation 3.
That is true.
So it was kind of like getting two consoles and a Blu-ray player in one. So I understood the price. I hated the hard drive size, particularly in retrospect, because it was so small.
Well, the cell technology was just expensive too.
So there were a lot of advantages to it, but they almost lost that console war. They came back pretty tightly towards the end of it, and I'd argue the Wii pretty much won that entire console war, because
yes, they did.
If you're just looking at sheer console sales, the Wii absolutely won, right?
Oh, the Wii dominated.
It sold the most physical copies of their console, period. PlayStation almost lost to the 360 then, because the 360 came out was almost half its price. Actually, it was half its price. I want to say it was $300 versus $600, but it didn't have a Blu-ray player, right? It wasn't trying to push this medium, and Sony really wanted to push that because they wanted to push Blu-ray as a format, because they wanted to win that format war so they could win all the licensing and manufacturing rights and all that stuff. So there's a lot of money to be lost by not winning that. And the best way to win that was to put a Blu-ray player in every single one of their consoles that they got sold. That would saturate the market with active Blu-ray players, so that it was kind of a no-brainer for people just to pick up Blu-ray disc versus the HD DVD, which is the one that Microsoft ended up backing kind of towards the end of it. And so that's pretty much, HD DVD. Oak City even said it right here. I also bought an HD DVD for his 360.
I still have my player. I still have a ton of movies.
Yeah, and they were using HDMI kind of from the jump, I want to say, on the PlayStation 3 because they have Blu-ray and there's a format. The 360 honestly just used the component cables for a long time until they redid the hardware.
Until the Elite.
Yeah, until the Elite.
The Elite had, though. Speaking of Elite, JDA Delete is now rating the stream. You got 2 raids tonight, brother.
God, everybody's rating tonight. Thank you guys so much. I have no idea how many people are in the chat right now. All I know is I've gotten like 2 rates, which is crazy.
Tell you've 33 people watching right now.
Wow. Hi, like, follow, do all those things. This is our, by the way, this is our every other week podcast. I normally do modern and retro streams, and I do a lot of history uploads. I'm getting double teamed. And we got Mega Man running here. I love this thing. I spent some time on this weekend. I need to try to make him bigger.
Nice.
I need to try to make him a little bigger. He's too tiny.
Oh, and I got to show you. I got to show you how to do the floating emojis.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out at some point too. But no, I worked on those this weekend. Yeah. I actually put a bunch of new emojis out on Rumble. If you guys haven't caught them.
Yeah, they look great.
I loaded a Sonic in here. I put my own logo in there. I see that. There's like a dancing.
Yes, you did. Look at that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of these out there now.
Let's go. The floating emoji thing is just a URL browser source off of Social Stream Ninja. And if you look in your Social Stream Ninja, if you scroll down, you'll see Emoji Wall, and it's just a link to a
hold on 1 second.
Browser source.
Oh, okay.
And you just make a browser source and throw it in there. Yep. That's all it is.
Okay. Let me grab that real quick.
And I'm even using, because I'm using the Rumbot now from Vapin, and that one's the same way. It's just a URL browser source. Can't wait to spam a Geek Story emote wall. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm about to get
Everyone's
it in
just playing. No.
Okay, so let's see if that works. Somebody throw something up there. Oh, and they're floating. Go. There we go. I got to make it bigger.
There you go.
There we go. That'll work.
Nice.
I had to make it much bigger.
Yes, you basically make it
because it started out kind of super tiny, and I'm like, okay, that's not going to work for me.
I was in the raid, but then got booted. What's up, Rob? Rob JT.
Hey, right, Rob JT, how you doing, by the way?
Yeah,
I don't know why you got booted.
But the shouting.
I would not be booting anybody.
Shouting. No, so, I think he meant he got booted when he clicked join. It might have closed his browser. All right, spam that chat, everybody. Let's go.
I like the dancing Mega Man. That's like my favorite. I think this is the dancing Mega Man.
Skeet Sonic on the screen. Yeah, that Mega Man is nice. You did a great job with those.
Yeah, most of those already existed. Let me add that source in here too, because it's an existing browser source now. Okay, there we go.
Yep.
And then resize that again. There we go. That way it's on both of these. I'll get that set up on the rest of them too. That way you guys can have some fun with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, that'll look good. Hold on. Let's see. It should. Yep, it works on the YouTube side too.
Nice. Fantastic.
Because it's Social Stream Ninja, so it's pulling from.
That's
both
right.
chats.
It pulls from both of them. I need to try to get these same ones uploaded on the other two. That way,
can you?
I think a lot of these I can. I don't know about all of them.
Can you do custom emojis in YouTube without a subscription?
I think. I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. So let's go back to the screen view though, because I want to show this other ad here too, because this is kind of one of their more extreme kind of ads, right? For the 32 acts.
Appeared in homes across America.
Double and redouble his powers.
I remember this.
6 times
This was a good ad.
3DO. All right. 40 times more than Super NES.
Hey, yo, there is no 32-bit Super NES. Are we gonna see the games or what? Show me! Increase the power of the unit 40 times. Thank you.
That was an excellent ad.
Yeah, and that's honestly where Sega was really starting to kind of kill it, because they were pushing those kinds of ads out there.
Yep. Well,
Night Dinosaur Gaming, thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate it.
Old man needs beauty sleep. I hear you.
I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you.
Show!
What's up, Show?
Show!
And Pixel had a question here. Let me pull this up. Let me get back up to it. What's something retro you guys own that is nice to have, but it's absolutely obsolete? A Kinect.
Yeah.
Absolutely Kinect. I used to own...
Hold on.
I've gotten rid of a lot of my super old retro stuff, but a lot of it I don't really consider obsolete from what I have. Because I've got my Wii. Hold on, let me do the solo layout here. Hold on.
No, you can see it. Yeah, that's completely obsolete. Nobody uses their modem Nobody uses a modem anymore. So
that's true.
My Netlink
nobody
is
really
obsolete.
uses a modem anymore.
Yeah.
Well, all these.
Now, could I? Yes, you technically could still use this if you have two people with Sega Saturns. It's still usable, but nobody does.
Right.
Oof, right in the Kinect. I know. I'm with you, Keyline. Mike, Peter and I always pour one out for Kinect. One of the dumb. I lament a few things Microsoft did, and dropping Kinect was one of those mistakes that I think they don't understand how big a mistake that was.
Yeah.
And it nearly cost Harmonix their company.
Yeah, the iToy was another good option for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think of anything else that I have around here that's like pretty much completely obsolete that I still have. And I can't think of a lot, but it's mostly because a lot of the retro consoles I have now are like, it's like the 360, the Wii U, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. So it's all stuff from like there and up. I don't really have a whole lot hanging around that's before that. I mean, if I was to go to stuff that I kept around for a long time, like I never had the Virtual Boy. That's one I need to find. Oh my God. Hold on. I got to find this ad. This was fucking terrifying. You want to talk about a product that had a bad stigma when it first came out and then didn't help itself. Let's look at the Virtual Boy.
Oh, yes.
People still use Sega Saturns at all? Yeah, people still do. I mean, if you got them and they're part of your retro collection. I know people that use their PS1s and PS2s still, I mean,
he is
useless depends on your viewpoint, right? Like, I think most people would consider...
He's busting my balls.
Oh, okay.
He's busting my balls.
I was about to say, I would most consider... Well, that's not what I'm trying to do. Okay.
Yeah.
I would consider something like the Power Glove pretty much useless at this point.
Yeah. Well, but
Rob
that's
the
a good
Robot.
point.
So they're great to have, and they look cool, not useful, right?
Show says, when anything works, is it really obsolete? That's a good point.
And that's a good question. It's absolutely a good question.
Because like I said, my Netlink, theoretically, if I plugged an analog phone line into it, and Nick, you had a Saturn and you had an analog phone line plugged into it, I could call you and we could play Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
So it's, let's just say, unused today.
And Pixel, you didn't miss much other than me trying to tell Mike that he needs to go follow your channel because you're like amazing and
I
probably
already
one of the
follow
most
your
fun
channel.
streams I ever hang out
Hold
in.
on, time out. I already follow her
Okay,
channel.
you followed her. You just
been
haven't
in her
caught a lot.
chat
You
yet.
haven't really caught any streams yet.
I haven't caught a lot of.
And that's your fault, sir.
Yet, but I do.
You're doing yourself a disservice.
Absolutely my fault. Multiple people have said that. It is not on purpose, kittens. I promise. I've got 24 hours in a day.
Well, you need to find more hours.
I will rectify that. I will rectify that.
So we're going to show you guys a truly terrifying ad. An example does sound quite obsolete.
See, now that I said it out loud, show. Thank you, Pixel. No, I will get in and check you out. Not only do I follow you on Twitter, but you do come highly recommended. I will tell you that people I know in the Rumble community besides Nick. I was
about to say, I've mentioned you multiple times.
No,
and Zay is
but
another
other
one.
people have
Zaytris
as well.
is another one who's super sweet. She's not been streaming as much lately because she's been under the weather, but she's also a wonderful person.
Yeah. There's so many good. I've talked about this before. There are so many unbelievable female streamers on Rumble that are doing the good work. Mrs. Ma'am, Shanity, Gamer Grill.
Yeah, I gotta find some time to do some collabs with Pixel just because I think I probably have so much fun with her and Zay that I might end up having to take the next day off from work because I don't think I would stop playing. Let's play this ad real quick because Virtual Boy was already kind of a headache-inducing device, and it was already kind of on these weird stilts, and it was awkward to use in the first place.
I put one in the chat for you for the PS3 after this.
Okay,
that was wild.
And then you put this ad on top of it, and oh my god.
It came from the third dimension with its own brain, its own voice, its own legs.
What the hell?
There's only one problem. It needs your eyes.
That's not good.
Virtual Boy. See it now in 3D.
It's just horror.
You know what that reminds me of? A little bit of War of the Worlds.
Yeah, it does.
That's a little.
Honestly, I've been trying to get her to pop in whenever we do Final Fantasy 14. I have no problem jumping in on a different day so long as I know a day where she wants to play and doing whatever the heck she wants to do. I don't care. I don't care. I'd play Final Fantasy 14 with her in a heartbeat. I got no problem with that. I don't care how often she stops. I'm just gonna be having a good time playing. It's like a Saw movie. Nintendo never really understood the gross and edgy thing. Let me pull this other one that you sent me.
Yeah, so you want to talk about weird ass PlayStation commercials?
Oh,
weird
I think I've seen this
one.
I think I've seen this one.
This one is very much part of the problem with Sony at the beginning of the PS3 generation.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and throw this up here, and so you guys can
back it up a little bit. That just freaked people out.
That's just weird. There's another Virtual Boy one here I've got too. That's like, this is like
He
Aliens.
had the moves, the punches, the fire. But there was one thing he would never have. A way out. Virtual Boy presents more challenges inside the third dimension. Mario Tennis, Tunnel Boxer, Red Alarm, Galactic Pinball. Virtual Boy, a 3D game for a 3D world. Wanna play?
It's just terrifying. Oh yeah, this might get me canceled. Found another one.
Oh,
even Pixel's like, what the hell?
Exactly.
Yeah, and Pixel, none of us are really worried about how slow you play. We don't care. We just want to like have fun and hang out. That's all there is to it. That's really all there is to it. Where's like help? Yes. Jericho's like, what the hell is that?
Yes. That was a commercial. You were expected to see that and run for your wallet.
Virtual Boy is more deadly than Jumanji. Must have been except never knew when I had it. Well, the Virtual Boy were at about $200. I want to say the games were about $30 a piece. They're about the same price as Game Boy games were when they dropped. Part of the problem was it had this really short stand, so you had to put it on the table, and literally my hands are spaced about how tall the unit was. The controller was either, with the one the sample one I played had it mounted onto the legs so you couldn't move it, but it would actually separate so you could hold it in your hand while you're looking into the viewfinder. The problem with the viewfinder is if your eyes were sensitive to red light, it was really painful. Like I would get headaches after like 5 minutes of using this thing. So it was very, very difficult to physically play. Now I know some people who played it and loved it. Panda Sub loves his Virtual Boy. He's a huge fan of the system. So some people really, really enjoyed it. But other people like me, how they always told you not to look at the scanner that was scanning your groceries? It felt like looking directly into that when I played one. It was bad. Yeah, it was just kind of a terrifying looking device. Like just the unit itself is terrifying. Let me see if I can find a good, because some of you guys may have not actually seen this thing. So we'll go back over to the screen view so you guys can actually see this thing. This is the Virtual Boy. This is legit. I can't make this any bigger, but yeah, here's the main body of the unit that you look into, and then there's the controller. I mean, it's interesting to look at, and I would like to have one as a display piece, but I don't think I would ever want to play it. It's just like this bizarre thing they came up with. I don't know what the snow leopard thing is, Peter. What is this? What is this? Is that a link I need to remove, guys? Somebody let me know. Because I don't want to pull it up while I'm here.
I'll pull it up.
Because I'm always nervous when people just drop links into the main chat from people I don't really know.
I've seen, you know what? Now I think of it, I've seen this before. Peter, come on, man. Now I'm removing it. It's not. Okay. Oh crap! Darn it! Galaxy.
Oops.
Sorry, Galaxy. You typed right while I was clicking delete this message, and it deleted your message by mistake.
No, sorry, Galaxy.
Please retype your message in. I was literally.
You just said that the controller was weird too. I've still got it here. Okay. Sorry, Galaxy. Sorry, man. Our bad. It was not intentional.
Oh my God, but I got it. Yeah, Peter, come on, man. Come in here and talk and have a good time. Don't just come in here and drop links that have nothing to do with anything.
It's every stream. Yeah, I can never tell when, especially this one tonight, I can't tell when people are participating and when they're just spamming links. So I'm trying not to just remove links, because it might be you guys trying to send me a link to an ad or something you found, which is great. Yeah, that's cool engagement.
You don't remember your message. Hold on. Galaxy, you don't remember your message. You literally just typed it 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, Zombie says, I remember the Virtual Boy ads and commercials with a cave person. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember my message now. Okay, he's a bot. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's play this one, because this one's bizarre too.
Yep. Oh, I remember this one.
The witch doctor, he told me what to do. He said, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, chang, chang, wah, wah. bada bing bang.
That means play Dr. Mario on Game Boy or NES.
10 10 wada bada bing bang. I beat the witch doctor, and this is what he said. He said, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah. Ting tang, wada bada bing bang, ooh, ee, ah, ah. And then he struck my head.
And then he shook my head.
What the hell? In Galaxy's defense, I forget what I say a few seconds after I say it sometimes, and it nearly got me in trouble in tonight's stream.
Yeah. So, Key Lime Warrior wanted us to show the PSP squirrels. So
did you find that one, or did he find that one?
I've got them. I put two of them in the last two in the chat I put for you.
Okay. Pixel just put something here. Recently got used Virtual Boy, and something that had potential. It should be wearable, full color. That'd be great. Not worth collecting today. Best to buy Quest 2 and emulator. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's just kind of, it was really ahead of its time, basically. Well, okay, I wouldn't say ahead of its time, but it was probably the best effort into that space that we had seen at that time. You had seen 3D devices before. The Mega Drive, the original Sega system, the Master System, I was drawing a blank, had
Master
3D
system,
glasses. And I think
Yes,
after it, Nintendo had a pair that came out for the Famicom. But neither one of them really took off too well. And the Virtual Boy was probably one of the better attempts until, we really started getting proper VR headsets. But PC had tried it, consoles had tried it multiple times. It just really hadn't gone anywhere productive.
The 3D glasses for the Master System worked.
No, they worked. And the reason they worked is because of the alternating shutter system on them. So they worked real well. It wasn't insensitive, Mike. Power Glove has some amazing commercials. Absolutely. Let me pull this one over here because you had. Oh, here's the squirrel one. I see it now. Okay, hang on. Let me move back over. Okay, here's the squirrel one.
There's two of them. I don't know if whichever one.
Come out and play! I can't! I'm playing Nut! But there's Portable Nut! What? Yeah! It's a nut you can play with outside!
PSP. It's like a nut you can play with outside.
You know what that shit reminds me of? That reminds me of like the Quiznos. Those weird Quiznos ads. It reminds me of those.
The Quiznos. Yes, the Quiznos puppets.
We've got the subs. It reminds me of those. Hold on, here's the second one.
Man, these graphics are nuts. Yeah, they got more flavor than a pistachio. No doubt. I'd whoop you head to head. What? Squirrel, please. You have about as much skills as a chipmunk. Yo, mama's a chipmunk. Oh, no. He got denied just like you get denied by the lady. Shoot, if I had a ship like that, the girls would be all over me like salt on a peanut. Hells yeah. Hells yeah.
PSP.
Hell yeah.
He said,
what the fuck is this? Please. Oh, hold on. We're rolling right into this one. No.
Yeah.
I don't even know what this one is. I never even saw this. What the hell did we walk into? All right, here we go, folks.
Let's go.
Hey, we're gonna roll outside. Wanna come? I can't. I'm watching carpet. Ow, but there's portable carpet. You've got to be kidding. Hey. Have you ever heard of Dustball Kid? Not really. Well then, believe me, when I tell you there's carpet, you can watch outside. Dun, 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 dun.
PSP. It's like carpet you can watch outside.
What the hell was that?
It was beautiful knowing you, YouTube. It was great knowing you. Wow.
What the hell? Pixel's so lost right now. She's like, what the hell am I looking at? We don't know.
We don't know either.
Garbage.
Oh my lord.
What is that?
Oh my god.
Oh, Rob, thanks for popping in, man. Yeah, I go to JD's
Yes.
Streams a lot. He's a great dude.
Yeah,
He's
JD
absolutely
is
got great
awesome.
content, man. Thank
Yeah,
you
he
for
does.
checking out mine. I appreciate it.
Eddie's a Sega guy, which, you know.
He's an all-arounder guy, man. He does a lot of Nintendo. He does a lot of Sega. He does a lot of all of it. That's the best thing about it is he kind of mixes it up a bit. But what the hell was that?
Oh my
I didn't even know that
God.
one. I didn't know that existed at all. Oh my god. I'm finding all new ones here that I didn't know were there, and I'm absolutely loving it.
Oh my
Just-
god, that was. Thank you, Rob.
What the hell?
That was.
I was trying to
That
think of some
was-
other really crazy ones that came out that I could remember off the top of my head, and I'm drawing a blank right now. I don't think Neo Geo had too many crazy ones.
No.
PlayStation had a few
there
of them.
was. I mean, there was the Do-to-Math. I think I put it in the chat. The Do-to-Math Atari Jaguar one. That's always.
Oh,
a good
those
one.
are great.
Where did you learn to fly? You know, all those.
Yeah, let's hold on. And this just leans straight into the weirdness that was 90s. So if you're not a 90s
yeah.
kid, you just gonna have to bear with us. Hold on, I think Pixel's going to bed. On a strange but funny note, I need to head out. Thanks for the stream. I hope you guys have a blast trying to find your channel, Mike, so
here.
I can follow.
I got you. Give me a sec.
Oh God, I gotta lock some things down so I can lock that down so I can move this. No, that's not it. Okay. What else is overlaying here? Because I'm having trouble getting that. Dang it. I was gonna move some of these. There we go. Maybe I can grab it now. There we go. Need to shrink it a little bit. I want to get it to where it's not totally overlapping you, but we can still see it. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
You got to respect what the creators are trying to be different and edgy, but they're pushing the envelope to help remember the product or just to be edgy. And I think it was a mix of both, Zombie. I think it was a mix of them just trying to out-edge each other because that was how things worked then, right? You could see it in the arcade games. You can see it in the consoles. You could see it in just the straight video games. That everybody was just trying to be edgy. Like being extreme and being edgy was kind of the thing, right? That's what they thought was going to catch kids. That's what everybody was into. Like we were saying before, extreme sports were a big thing, right? So you had people doing crazier and crazier things in the sports scene. And so they were trying to do crazier things to appeal to that kind of mindset in the gaming space too. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of that going on. But with some of that, there was some of just bizarre stuff trying to stand out too, like this stuff.
Your system is the most advanced in the... Some of you believe your system is the most advanced in the universe. Let's review the numbers. Sega Genesis is 16 bits. 3DO is 32 bits. The Atari Jaguar is 64 bits. Which is more advanced? Clifford! 16 and 32 are less than 64. So with 64 bits, 3D graphics, real-world animation, and lightning speed that you can only get with Jaguar, which is more advanced? Clifford!
Can you repeat the question?
Jaguar! Jaguar! Jaguar!
Oh, some of these PlayStation ones were great too.
Hello, citizens of Europe. As spokesperson for Society Against PlayStation, I'd like to talk to you about a menace threatening humanity. It's happening right here, in our very homes, and corrupting the lives of our loved ones. Yes, friends, I'm talking about this. It may look like a harmless bagel toaster, but inside is a deadly donut. How do you know PlayStation is not a normal game system? It carries these telltale signs. Scientists say its effects are mind-boggling. Users lose all sense of reality and enter another world. Here we have a normal, healthy young man. And here we have a fellow who's been experimenting with PlayStation for only a few minutes. Proof that we saps must be on our guard. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.
That's a good one.
All right, I feel like we're rocking into this one because this is just right in the vein of what we're looking at. I never even saw this one before.
No.
What the hell am I looking at? What?
Where are we?
What the hell?
What?
I don't know. They haven't even shown a product yet.
To the third place.
What the hell?
Okay.
I don't even know where to go with that right now. I'm so confused.
I'm not even sure what the hell. Wow. Now, wow.
Yeah, if you mention Sega, you got to mention the Sega screen commercials, and I'll look up some of those too.
Well, so here's I mean we you got to talk about the Genesis Does commercials because those were, and I did give him a Sega Senshiro ad to play. Zombie. Was that an ad for or against
Mr. Anderson, I see you like PlayStation.
Mr. Anderson, I see you like PlayStation.
and Bax responded to the first ad, was that for or against PlayStation?
Right. We don't talk about Nintendo 64 and Jaguar. It's like the God, yes. Cyber Mario, we don't, or Galaxy, we don't talk about Nintendo 64 and Jaguar. We don't talk about that.
Because the Nintendo 64 is more advanced than the Jaguar in every conceivable way, and it wins hands down. End of discussion. We win. Okay.
We don't talk about that.
It's a sore spot for Mike because he loses. Okay, so let's go for a Sega Scream ad real quick.
Oh, I loved my Nintendo 64.
That's a good console. And I never had the Jaguar because, well, okay. Let me mute this for a second. I didn't have the Jaguar because Atari didn't appeal to me. I never had nostalgia for Atari. And the Jaguar didn't blow me out of the water graphically. I thought the PlayStation actually looked a lot cleaner than it did at the time. Since I had no nostalgia for Atari, it wasn't drawing me in. So I never had one to really speak on it very much. Let's just put it that way. I was like, yes, Nick. Sega Senshiro. We're going to... did you send me a link to one of those, Mike? Did you find one of those?
It's... yeah, it's...
Couldn't do the math then, Nick. Well, 64 and 64.
It's one of the first ones I sent you.
Was it? Okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can get to it, but let's go ahead and do this one real quick.
All right.
Young Bobby Engels has a problem. He needs to earn the respect
I
of his
remember
peers.
this.
So he gets Sega Genesis, the ultimate action system. And then he buys Mortal Kombat, the arcade edition, and the all-new Shinobi 3, and Marvel's X-Men. Now, things are pretty much okay.
I said chocolate chip. Say it. Say it.
Oh, hold on. That's a great ad.
This one?
Play that. Yes.
Okay, hang on.
I remember this. This
still don't have a Sega CD? Huh? What are you waiting for? Nintendo to make one? You have seen the games, right? Wrong answer, man.
That's
Show 'em. Want to see more?
That's a.
In Living Color is brought to you by Sega.
What?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, this is another one. Okay.
Yeah, there is no Nintendo CD. I have not seen this one.
I don't think I have either. And then I'll have to look up this Censura one. You don't lose. Losing isn't a thing. Mike remembers this because he's getting a haircut. Doesn't have hallucinations.
Hallucinations. All right, let's see what this is.
Game gear and the coolest video games around. Welcome to the next level.
Shoot the tubes, dog meat. There is no Nintendo CD. Understood?
I swear, man, Sega was killing it in this era with ads.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a trippy one for the Dreamcast. No, it's Dreamcast Sonic Adventure.
Those were also very, very good.
Yeah, screw it. Let's roll into it. I mean, this is what we're doing tonight anyway. We're going to wrap this up in a little bit. I do want to get to one or two of these others out.
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling the love. You feel the glove, what's your name? Gary Payton, but they call me the glove. How you feeling tonight? Yo, I'm feeling the love. Feel the love, glove. I'm feeling Sonic. Yo, Sonic. Man, stay off the light speed.
My bad.
Sonic Adventure on Sega Dreamcast. It's thinking.
So
the It's
those
Thinking
were
run
amazing
wasn't
commercials.
quite as good as their,
well, but the reason they did
run.
that, the reason that, so if you think about the ad itself, it's taking you inside the Dreamcast, and you're seeing all that stuff you're seeing is inside the Dreamcast.
Yes,
that's where It's Thinking came from.
I get where they were going with it. I just didn't think it was quite as successful or clean as the Sega Scream one. So let me scroll all the way back up here and see if we can find this.
I agree.
I think. I think this. Oh no, here it is. This was a Saturn one. Did we show this one? I can't remember
if
if we
it's
showed
the
this one
Sega
or not.
Tashenshiro, that's Saturn.
Yes. Man, now you've got bad echo coming through. Okay, well, let's go back here. Okay. All right, here we go.
野球しようぜ。
オッケー。
行こう行こう。お前ら今日はやったよ。
任しとけ。
姿三四郎。
姿三四郎。
セガサターンしろ。高速ハリネズミソニックのレースゲームソニック R。セガサターン。
Oh my god.
サンタさん来るかな？来るかな？
Yeah, it is. Oh no.
わーい！サンタさん、スケボーちょうだい。私ぬいぐるみちょうだいちょうだい。うわー！
セガサターンしろ。セガタ三四郎からのプレゼント、三四郎ディスクもついている。セガサターン。
I don't know if that would have.
Final commercial.
あとはドリームキャストの発売を待つばかりだ。
Oh, I remember this commercial.
セガサターンしろ
セガと三四郎は君たちの心に真剣遊戯セガサターン
He was a legend.
Oh my God.
He was a legend. Dude, there's one commercial where he's like, there's this giant Saturn controller on the ground, and he's just punching it.
Oh my God.
What commercial it was on. He was a legend.
I love that last ad so much. The Santa one freaked me out. I'm like, he ripped Santa's face off and then started attacking the children. I don't know what to think about that.
Let me see if I could find. I mean, he had one for Bomberman. He had one. I mean,
here's another one. Is this the same one? No, this is the same one. Okay,
that's the same one.
Yeah. Okay.
He had some amazing. Santa-san. Bomberman Fight Shining Force 3. Like, he was doing individual games. Hang on, let me see.
I should have carried that over to the States. That totally would have made people go and find a Saturn, man. I would have gone and found a Saturn.
Here's one for House of the Dead. House of the Dead was on Saturn.
Okay, here we go. Hold on, let me pull this over. Give me a second. I wanted to make sure I had the right link before I pulled it over. All right, here we go. I don't know what this one's for. I just want to see it.
Shining Force 2.
シミュレーション RPG ドラゴンフォース2セガサターン
This might be the most disturbing one yet, and it's so peaceful.
Sakura-san! Sakura-san!
また会えたね。待望の第2弾ドラマチックアドベンチャー桜大戦2セガサターン
Okay, this is the same one again. All right. Oh my God. Okay, this went much longer than I actually thought we were. I thought we might start running out of stuff on this for a little bit. Oh my God, we've had to look at more of these and do a part 2.
There's so much more.
Oh my God, we're probably going to have to do a part 2 in this. Not back to back, but we're definitely going to have to do a part 2. Oh my God.
I can't believe you've never seen those.
I have not seen any of these.
Sega. I mean, I knew those, and I just because I did a lot of import Saturn.
Yeah.
And I knew those commercials.
Oh my God, that is so messed up. I love it. That's fantastic.
but that stuff sold because Japanese commercials on the whole were all bizarre commercials. That stuff sold. I mean, Saturn did so well in Japan, and a lot of it was on the back of that man.
I could see that. I would have bought into that. I would have bought into that right off. I absolutely would have bought into Saturn probably on that basis alone. I think we're going to start wrapping this up for tonight, though. We've been going for roughly about 2 hours or so, and it's really late for Mike, and it's getting late for me. Luckily,
but this was great.
Work's been kind because I am on call this week, so we haven't gotten interrupted. I was worried that might happen because they can always happen.
Sure.
I know he was the Legend of Kamen Rider. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
From the middle of the attack, absolutely. Yeah. Well, mascots were like a big deal in the 90s. That was another thing. Everybody felt they needed like some sort of cartoon mascot, right? Because everybody was trying to compete with Mario, and then they were trying to compete with Sonic. So you had Crash Bandicoot pop up, you had Gax, and you had a bunch of those, right? So that was kind of like a big thing. So everybody was trying to find new mascots, but to see one like that is just truly bizarre and wonderful all at the same time. So Mike, what you got going on this week? I know you got.
Don't be a thrower.
Do what? Don't hear booth there. All right. Thank you, Show.
Yeah, Show. Thank you, man. Show is great, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Show is another one. Sometimes I just love to just click. Like I will. Sometimes he's on really late at night. Sometimes even after I'm done streaming, and I will just go to bed. I will put my headphones on. I will listen to him talk, and I mean this in the most positive way. I am not saying you're boring me to sleep. I'm just saying, man, you have some of the best stuff that is not gaming necessarily relating. I know you do gaming, but some of your non-gaming stuff is some of the best stuff. So, FP, what's up, FP?
Hey, FP, good to see you, man.
Oh.
Are those showing up on the screen, or did those not show? Or did I miss them?
No, they showed.
Okay, good.
You missed them.
Okay. I was like, dang it. So, Mike, what you got going on this week?
All right. So tomorrow on the NLG show, we are welcoming in for the first time ETN WHVAC. He is another Rumble guy. Very cool guy. I'm looking very forward to talking to him. Very well known in the community as well. I don't know what we're going to talk about just yet. I don't know. It depends on what his knowledge base is on some of the stuff that's actually going on in the industry, because I feel like I'm aging out of it. And I feel like part of the reason I'm aging out of it is because of all this nonsense going on right now.
What, just
and I
gaming
feel like
in general, or modern gaming?
Modern gaming. I'm feeling like modern gaming is not for me. And maybe that's the point. Maybe that's what they're trying. I mean, they are trying to drive us white guys out of gaming, so maybe that's happening.
I feel like the demographics just changed so much that they have to adjust to what they perceive as the new demographic. But I feel like the problem with that is that the demographic really hasn't changed as much as they think it has. They just have a really super vocal minority that is giving this heavy perception that the demographic has changed more than it really has, right? It's not that it can't be more sensitive to certain things than it has been in the past, but like we've shown tonight, there's something fun and just off-the-wall loopy about some of these old kinds of ads and ways of thinking that are just fun and endearing, that I feel is lost on a lot of what's going on today. Because
like the games were.
Well, and people are kind of afraid to say anything or do anything in particular ways just because they're afraid of the social repercussions on things like social media, right? So everybody's kind of afraid to do anything because they're afraid they're going to offend somebody. You know what I mean?
But the problem is that with certain things going on right now, it is starting to really sour me on like there are games now that I legit don't want to play, that I was interested in, that I now legitimately don't want to play because I found out about things about the game, and their community managers, who are supposed to be the people interfacing with us and the developer, are out there throwing their politics all over the place and basically saying they don't want guys like us in gaming anymore. And I'm like, okay, I'll go back and just play my retro stuff where games and when I
don't
did my
feel
retro
like that's
stream
the
last
majority
week,
though. I feel like there's a minority group that's kind of pushing that right now, and they're pushing it hard,
right,
and that's the problem.
But the problem is that they are the community managers for these games. Like, one of them just deleted their Twitter account or their X account like an hour ago, like while we were on stream, because of the stupidity that, and she might have gotten fired. I don't know. But when I did my retro stream last week, I was doing Dreamcast stuff. It was reminding me of a time when games were just freaking fun and you didn't have any of that stuff to worry about. The games were just fun.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're losing that. And that's why I like getting back to Evil West from earlier in the conversation. Yeah, it's a little Devil May Cry. It's might have some quirks here and there. The game is just outright fun.
Well, I feel like if you go more into like the indie game scene
fun.
and the AA game scene, you get less of this. But Show makes a good point here. There was diversity in a lot of those ads that we showed tonight.
Absolutely.
From age groups to color to race to everything else, but it didn't feel forced. It was just they were there and they were talking about the ad. The ad wasn't about the diversity. The ad was about whatever they're talking about, and the diversity just was there. And that's really kind of where things need to be. Things have become more about the signaling and the messaging rather than whatever it is they're trying to sell you. And it's more like they're trying to sell you the message instead, and that doesn't necessarily work.
And that's why people like Helldivers 2 so much, is that there's no message. There's no
there is, but it's a very Starship Troopers style message. It's a very satirical message.
It's a satire. But it's the satire.
Yeah.
It's a fun game that pokes fun at the political climate of democracy without giving you a message. And like I said, Evil West is the same thing. I got to go kill this little girl who's possessing things and leading vampires, and I got to fight the vampires, and I get to shooty bang bang and punch people with a cool fist. So anyway, sorry, I got off on a tangent.
Delete saying I don't even feel satisfied with modern games, just like my make-believe girlfriend.
So tomorrow night, ETN WHVAC is coming on. Peter, I'm not sure what he's doing on Wednesday for his NLG Live. Thursday, I'm going to keep going on Evil West because I do want to get it done before Hellblade 2 comes out. And then Friday, I think we're going to play Destiny 2 on Friday. Back from the Dead got me some of the Legacy Collection stuff. A couple of people have been begging me to try it. I've resisted it for many, many years. But I think I'm going to open my mind a little bit and give Destiny 2 a try. So
I found Destiny 2 to be a bit of a mess, trying to get into it from where I started before. If you've never played it, it may be fine. But they had this one overarching story for the main game, right? And I was going to play through that and kind of like level up to where the end game currently is. And then when I jumped in, they just put me at like level 20 or 40 or whatever level it is to hit all the expansion content. It just kind of dropped me in the game. And there are story bits around there, but none of it really made sense to me because I wasn't getting in on the story from a starting point to kind of lead me through those story sections. So I found it kind of frustrating and annoying to play as a result, having come back into it. Your experience may be different since you didn't play it in the beginning, so it may be fine. For me, I found it very annoying.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. So we're going to try it. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, Mario says he loves the Helldivers 2 didn't bend the knee when they demanded LGBTQ caps. And I didn't even know they asked for that, and somehow I'm not even surprised. I'm not even surprised.
No. Once you do that, then everybody else is going to want one.
I'm not satisfied with his make-believe girlfriend either.
Oh, my God.
But the Helldivers 2 community manager is a tyrant, so that's worrisome. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great.
So,
what I've got going on mine is tomorrow. I don't know if everybody's going to get together or not. I've been trying to do Final Fantasy 14 with people on Tuesdays. Wednesday's probably going to be a no stream for me. Thursday, depending if the group gets together or not, I'll probably be getting the crap kicked out of me in like Guilty Gear or Grand Blue Fantasy. because I'm trying to get into those and get a little bit better at fighting games. And everybody's been playing them longer, these particular games longer than I have, so I'm on the back foot when it comes to those. And then Saturday will probably be more Mega Man. I want to finish up Mega Man 2, which I should be able to do during that stream, and probably start Mega Man 3, which I've never played at all. So I might have touched on it briefly, but I don't think I got very deep in it. So that'll be kind of a newish Mega Man game for me. I want to push through that collection. Sunday will be like another Sega Sunday kind of thing. I don't know what game yet. I usually pick those like the day before and kind of figure them out. But that's kind of what I've got going on this week. There'll be a normal video drop on Wednesday. So that'll fill in that kind of Wednesday thing. I have a video on the X-Men Arcade, which honestly had a lot of cool stuff on it that I didn't realize actually made it kind of a rare game experience. And a couple of like just history things about it that I thought were really cool. So that'll be dropping on Wednesday.
You have me either on one of my retro streams or just maybe like on a weekend night wanting to fire up and take a legitimate run at Mega Man 8 on Saturn.
The Mega Man series is really good, dude. The series as a whole is good. It's brutally hard and unfriendly. Yes. But all the Mega Man games were, right? And they do get a little bit easier as you kind of move through, right? And you get more powers, right? So that's kind of one of those things. Final Fantasy Tuesdays and Fighting Thursdays might be taking a break now because Aegis and them are in Vegas. Okay, well that's fine. That's fine, dude. If it means a break, it means a break. If we want to get one or two of us together and just play around a little bit or play a different game, we can do that too. I'll throw it out there and see who's around and who's not. So and I'll poke my head in on Tuesday before I start a stream. And if nothing else, maybe I'll just figure out something else to stream. Or take the night off and spend more time with my wife, who I'm sure probably is feeling a little neglected because I've been streaming way, way, way more than I have in a long time. And that's part of that, and some of the frustration was part of what had me slowing down on streaming before, is I wasn't spending as much time with my wife as I should. So I was kind of backing up. No, I wasn't gonna. Sunday Pong. What? No, Sega Sundays is gonna be a regular thing. I plan on making more stuff to kind of make that more Sega themed. Excellent. I added a few things in there. Like I could show one of those on here if you guys have time, because I added like a media source just to kind of advertise a little bit on there.
I need to do a second ColecoVision stream because the first one I did was really, really good, and I still have a boatload of games that I didn't even touch the first time.
Okay, Pixel might be doing 14 tomorrow. Pixel does 14. Maybe we can hook up with Pixel then. I don't care if she moves at a slow speed or not. I mean, I'll be playing for a couple hours. We don't really play fast on 14 anyway. Pong is the struggle of the left versus right. There you go. Jeez.
Nice.
So that's kind of what's going on the docket for this week. More of it's on Rumble than it is on YouTube. But I do have things I'm working on YouTube. I'm working on a video again for next week. I'm debating on whether or not I need to start working on another Rise and Fall kind of video. I'm debating on a video that I wrote up on. Basically, it's tentatively called Deep Thoughts, where I kind of bring up a topic, and I've mentioned it on this stream before, where I just kind of bring up a topic. I try not to be biased one side or the other, just try to get you guys to think about it, and then maybe set up a stream and have a conversation about that. I'm not sure if it's a good fit for the channel, particularly with the way the YouTube channel kind of went bonkers for a while. But I'm still debating on bringing it out, or since uploads are doing slightly better on Rumble, maybe make it like a Rumble only thing on that particular series. But I hate to put that much time and effort into an edited video and only drop it on one platform. That doesn't seem like a good idea, at least right now, to do. So we'll see how that goes. But those are the kind of things that I kind of have going on. I do want to carve out more time to work on the longer videos, and I feel like I can do that and still stream on the weekends. I just need to have them written up and then be able to get in and start getting the work done, which is usually why I like to have a couple days off in the week where I'm not streaming, so I can spend that time and do that. So that's kind of what's going on my end of things, but I think that's pretty much it for us tonight. I'm going to try to get us out of here. That way you guys can have some of the rest of your night. Matter of fact, before I go, let's take a look and see who all is out and about in streaming land, and maybe we can do a raid on somebody here. Let's see, Joe Connor is streaming right now. What's he playing?
See, the ones that I know. That's a bunker.
Area 52 stream. Well, Shan's streaming right now. What's Shan streaming?
Oh, what
She's
is
doing
Shan
7 Days to
streaming?
Die.
That would be a good one.
Let's grab her and let's raid her. And this will be for like the Rumble guys only here.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll put, because I got it. I'll put that link up in the YouTube chat.
Okay.
So you might
I think I have to
check
have
her
the
out.
stream in the window in order to do this. Properly.
No, you
Can you
no,
do
no,
it with a
you
pop
can do it
out
popped
now?
out now. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's confirm. There we go. Okay.
Mustering the raid party. All right.
Just do a geek raid and go over there and hang out with her tonight. Give her a little bit of love. Yep. She's on tonight. They're basically doing 7 days. She's a sweet person. You guys will adore her channel.
Oh my God, she is one of the best. It is my sister. I love her so much.
But we're gonna call it here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Hope some of you guys come back and check us out again. Until next time, happy gaming.